Hey, this is Eric from Catching Light.
Hey, this is Hemp.
Hey, this is Glenn.
Hi, I'm Steve-O.
Hey, this is Drew Hines with Hindsight Imagery.
This is Matt Callahan at Digimatty Photographic Services.
Hey, this is Jason, and welcome to Tales from the Pit. Hello and welcome to Tales from the Pit, the behind the lens access for concerts and photography. Today is our part 2 with sound man extraordinaire, Erik Rogers. We hope you enjoy the show. So the cool thing that, you know, with what you're doing with HelloooTV, it just opens up so much opportunity for bands. So, you know, I'm a musician. I think that would be a really cool opportunity for a promo package or something like that. If I'm going to be putting out an album here coming, you know, at some point, it would be nice to have a place that I could go to, shoot a bunch of videos for that album, for whatever, for social media or whatever. I think there's a lot of cool opportunities you guys have there with that stuff.
We just did the Christmas special for Newfound Glory, which was not there was performance, but it was like music video. There were skits and there were all kinds of reenactments and interviews and the band playing in the living room, but it was a music video. So they were playing to playback. Actually, we just got an email today from another friend of ours who wants to come shoot a music video in the space. There's more opportunity with Hello than just a live stream production. What we're building is a hub in Nashville for creative people to come together and do creative things. So we have, you know, the full stage, we have the lighting rig, we have the audio. We're going to be doing workshops where Paris will be teaching photography and teaching rock and roll photography skills. Our LD is going to teach some lighting stuff. It's going to be all the kind of things that you can go get at Full Sail, but kind of on a macro level in Nashville, where we're just reaching out, networking, and taking advantage of a situation where we can build a better community of professionals around ourselves.
You know, that's really cool when you think about how you got started and stuff like that, with them just throwing you out there. They can actually say, we're going to send you over to HelloooTV to do a couple runs here and then see how you do from there. We'll talk to Eric about it.
Oh man, see, that makes me a little, when I worked for a local sound company, and it was the same thing. You knock on the door and you're like, hey man, I'm mixing all these bar bands and I'm kind of good. Like, oh, you think you're good? Here's a broom and a soldering iron.
Yeah, get to work.
and once you get good with the broom, then you can work on the soldering iron. Once you get good with the soldering iron, we might let you drive the truck full of speakers to, you know.
Yep.
I've noticed that there's the new generation, they don't give a shit about that. We could tell all the old man stories about how we had to work at the shop and sweat and earn our way into it, and they just don't give a shit.
Yep. So
what they want is hands-on experience, and they're not going to settle for anything less. They're just going to keep going somewhere else until they get it. Or they're going to be like my daughter, who thinks she knows how to do everything. And if she doesn't, she'll look it up on YouTube and then she'll fake her way through it until she gets it right. So why not create the space where we can give people the opportunity to fake your way through it? And maybe we can give you a little bit of help along the way.
No kidding.
Well, since you said you don't like to teach other kids, are you going to be teaching sound engineering?
I didn't say I didn't like to teach other kids. I said I don't like other people's kids. And you know what? Yes, I'm pretty sure that I have something to offer. And it's because a bunch of somebody's offered me something. So I think that if you have knowledge, you almost have an obligation to share it.
Yeah.
So whether somebody can do something with my knowledge or not, that's on them. But I think I do have something to share, and it would be a waste of everybody who shared it with me if I didn't.
When touring starts up again, are you going to go back on the road? Or are you going to stay focused on this, or is it going to be a mix, or what's your plan?
I don't really have a plan. My plan is 100% HelloooTV. And we're building this company. Now, if touring comes back and the right tour is available, then of course I'd be foolish not to. I mean, this has been my career and my life for so long. But I also see a future of those two being married. And there's no reason that I can't build a strong company and only take the tours that I want to take, because that my company does require attention and love and nurturing.
Yeah.
And wow, man, if Dream Artist X gives me a call, I'll go out there and do that thing, of course. But at the same time, there's plenty of opportunity to take HelloooTV on the road. And just imagine another bus and our trailer that has our mobile mixing studio in it, and we can then go out and film tour stops. We could theoretically book our own tour where we're doing different Midwestern venues and different whatever, make our own circuit, and we do 4 or 5 artists in a week and come back and edit it and put it out and then go back and do the Northwest.
That's what I was going to ask you, if you were planning on just like expanding this into other areas of the country instead of just.
Our initial plan was to do our initial plan, and I think it was naive. We thought we were going to do 30 shows, and we did, but we were going to do 15 in Nashville and 15 in LA, and we never got to LA. And once we started looking at the cost of logistics to take the stuff to LA, it was like, wow, shit, that's really expensive and we can't do it right now. But there's no reason we can't grow. And then we're actually building partnerships with a couple people right now that we will be able to duplicate what we have in Nashville in Los Angeles, and we could duplicate what we have in Nashville, and we could duplicate it in Florida.
That's cool. That's good to, have those sections covered too. I remember several years, but I'm going to say maybe 10 years, maybe longer than that. I remember going to concerts or to a specific show. I think it was like Disturbed or something like that. And they gave us a card with a download link that we could download or buy the actual show we were watching. We could buy that download later on. I mean, I think that's kind of a unique, that's kind of a unique opportunity that I never saw again. That I think would be right up HelloooTV's touring package type of thing.
I think that would be fantastic. I mean, that's something that we would need to work out with, the record label and lawyers to find out who owns what and how that could happen. But I think it's brilliant. That's right. Download and different revenue streams, right? You could have the live download of the show. You could have the video of the show. That's brilliant. And to be honest with you, if I could buy a download for every concert I went to, I would buy them all, because that's a moment I want to live. I want to relive.
Yeah, relive it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally. I'm sure there's some bands, maybe they had a bad night and they probably don't want it out there, but I think that's such a great, VIP package or whatever, there's a lot of opportunities there. And then I also think, we've talked with other photographers, and they go on tour with the band for a period of time because the band needs promo material. So the band's going to be shooting a new video. So for example, Paris shot a bunch of stuff for When Legends Rise video that came out, whatever it was. And you hear so many bands that are, we need a promo, we need videos, we need Instagram, social stuff, and all that stuff. I mean, you guys kind of have that opportunity there.
Yeah, we don't use the word live stream as much as we did at the beginning, because live stream is something that you do with the video. Like, we're just a video company. We create, and I know the word content is like the hip thing. I hate it, but that's what we are. We're content creators. Yeah. But more accurately, we're moment capturers. That's what we are. I didn't think about that until you just defined it. Like, right. What do? We capture moments.
Yep.
The post-production must be pretty huge for something like that. Is that all done?
It's
by one individual, or
Paris. Paris does all the video editing. Now I mix the show. I record multi-tracked, but I also record it stereo mix. So the bulk of the shows that you see from us are mixed live, There are very few edits. We try to avoid them because any editing audio wise sounds edited. So we don't do any overdubs. It's still 100% what you hear on the video is what happened in the studio. We just might have gone and done take 2 of the song. So we're not actually cutting or splicing. So the audio post is pretty simple. The video post, it's what all the memory cards from 6 cameras. She drags it into a timeline. Once she, and I don't know what the video editing term is, I would say quantizes it with the audio. So when she syncs all the audio up from all the different camera angles, and works her magic, I think she's gotten the process down now to, I think to do a 90-minute show, editing wise for her to have like the first take ready for review is maybe 24 working hours.
Wow, that's really good. That's a good turnaround.
And how long do you usually spend with a band for the show?
We will do like, it's a full day. So it's a full 8-hour day in the studio, and the sound check, line check portion takes, I mean, I kind of drag it out for me, and it takes about an hour just to get all the inputs. Then we ask the band to do a full rehearsal. And if the singer doesn't want to go all out, I understand. But the rehearsal isn't just band practice. It's not just to get these guys used to playing again. It's to get these guys used to treating the camera and all the girls with cameras like they're kids in the crowd and performing to the camera instead of just reciting their show. So once that's done, then, you know, we take a little bit of a lunch break. They go to a photo shoot. We record the liners, and then we do the show again. And now you're doing a show again. They've already done it. They're kind of loose. They've got the vibe of what's going on. And 90% of it, it's just straight through start to finish a show. Occasionally you'll get some things. You'll get like, you know, especially if the artist is a lady, she might be a little more concerned with what she's wearing, or if her makeup's still running, because the lights do get sweaty in the summertime.
Yeah.
We've had one artist concerned that they had a booger. Like, can we redo this song? I had a booger the whole time. Like, dude, nobody's looking at your booger. It's good.
Get that booger cam out of here.
Like, trust me, there's 6 cameras out there. We'll just not highlight your booger. It's
cool. Hemp, Glenn, you were going to ask a question?
No, it was just about the production end of it.
Okay. So when it comes to, shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. Hold on one second.
I've got one.
Go ahead.
Now, how many shows are you typically shooting a week?
We have done 2 in a week, but that's pretty stressful. We try to do it limited to 1 a week right now.
Yeah.
Because that gives us time to go ahead. Sorry.
You're based in
A lot of prep
Tennessee.
time, or
Yeah, the company's in Nashville. What were you saying?
who?
You.
Go ahead, I'm done. Go ahead.
We haven't figured this out. Who's talking over who yet? Yeah, I was just wondering how much prep time to get the whole thing going. You're saying it takes about a week to get a whole production up and going.
Well, the prep time, honestly, you could come in and get it. You could get it done in a day. Bring your band and get it done in a day.
Yeah.
Especially if I can get the tracks. Like when we did Bayside, we knew that they were doing their whole Killing Time record. So we downloaded the record and gave it to the lighting guy, so our lighting department could come up with an idea for the show. And I had an idea of what to do. But it is kind of who we are and what we do. It should be able to, anybody who has a camera or a lighting console or audio, you should be able to pull a show out of your ass and do it. That's why we're the best at what we do. So the prep time for a show is nil. It's more the post time. So you lose a day doing the show. So there's an 8-hour day gone. Then you have to edit it. And so once she gets done editing it, and it's 24 working hours. So it's probably 2 normal days to edit it. And then that goes up for review. And most artists don't really have anything but compliments. If they want to change an angle or something like that, we can do it. And once that's done, then we can go do something else. But if you want to have the fastest turnaround, then we actually need the time to be able to process the information.
When it comes to, is there a certain, is this for like professional touring bands that have albums out, or is this for a, local, up and coming band that's not yet in the industry yet? What's the target audience for bands?
For the artists, we don't care. We've done Smith and Myers that had, almost 1 million followers. And we've met some amazing new artists. We've met some artists that they're in the band for bigger artists. Like there's a guitar player and keyboard player for much larger artists, or fiddle player for much larger artists, and they're doing their solo thing. We've had some artists debut on our show. So it's when it was the sponsored series, it was a little bit easier. So now the only barrier to entry is whether or not you can afford it.
Nice. I want to go back to touring for a little bit, if you don't mind. Do you have like sort of craziest show or tour memories that you can share with us? Anything stand out for some like wild and crazy things or anything like that?
Craziest. Let's see. Let's see, what was a good? Well, there's the Metallica in Mexico City. I learned that and I guess it's even here, but especially in Central America and in Mexico, on any given Metallica show, there are 2 bands, and it is Metallica and not Metallica. And the audience, if you're the support band, you have your work cut out for you to win them over.
Oh yeah,
it was that was pretty incredible. Just this seeing a whole baseball stadium full of people, and that they have everybody's record in there, and that they listen to Avenged or whatever. But when you're up against like the mightiest of bands, like literally arms folded, backs to the stage, and it took them 2-3 songs to win the crowd over. That was pretty intense. There was on Godsmack 2019, I was in Tupelo. We were doing a show in Tupelo, and while the show, a fight broke out, and it's funny. I don't really see this kind of stuff. Like I'm at my console mixing the band, I kind of oblivious, and next thing I know, I see all these paramedics rushing in, and there was that mid bowl of the concourse. So I'm on the floor, and there's that mid bowl of the concourse, and there was this guy. And evidently he had gotten the beating of a lifetime, because he was like, his head was hanging off of the edge on the ground, and there was like blood was pooling on the ground, and they're like, I was lost. I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? Like, my instinct was to turn the sound system off and talk to Joel, the lighting guy, and turn the lights on to help these guys out. And I know that would have been disastrous. So you just keep going. And you don't want to stare, but at the same time, I'm like, what the hell happened?
Hopefully
seen that. We had a running conversation when I was with Dustin Lynch we were doing amphitheaters with Luke Bryan, and we were kind of leapfrogging with Slipknot. Like they were playing the same venues off and on from each other. And sometimes Slipknot would play earlier in the week, and sometimes we would. And we were having these like just kind of running tally of which tour had the most DUIs afterwards. And it was never Slipknot.
Yeah. We had Jason Aldean come to, and that show was just, everyone was being carried out of that show in handcuffs. It was all the females that were in handcuffs.
Oh yeah.
It was just chaos.
I didn't see many people getting arrested, but I saw a lot of them getting escorted out.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, getting back to HelloooTV, who's responsible for setting up the stage? I see you have a lot of different lighting going on. You got props on there as well. Who comes up with the ideas?
That's mostly me and Paris. Now we have a crew. The stage lighting is built, the set's built, and then that's part of the rehearsal process of the show. Is Paris, as the director, will come in and kind of see how the band. And we look at we set the band up according to their stage plot. And this is kind of a fun little dance we do where the band comes in and this is their stage plot. And I know that our stage crew is used to that kind of like rock and roll festival mentality of this is where the band goes, this is where their plot is. And then Paris will take a look at it, and we'll talk with the artist. Be like, okay, so this is for video. And if you really want to have this kind of cookie cutter stage plot shit that everybody has, we'll do that for you. But we think you'll have more impact if you do this. And next thing you know, we're designing the stage custom around their show.
Yeah, because I noticed there was some mushrooms and.
Oh, that was 100% them. That's a band called Static Cycle.
Yeah, that's the one.
Those guys showed up with a U-Haul truck full of props. It looked like something straight out of Alice in Wonderland.
Nice.
Yeah.
And they asked how much they could set up, and we're like, all of it if you want. I don't care.
It's your
So,
day.
if a band has a full like stage setup, they could bring that in if they needed to, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can accommodate anything from like a small singer-songwriter all the way up. We do have a full arena-sized stage where we can it's a 60 by 60. I can hang 50,000 pounds from it. I can do anything in that room except pyro.
Wow, that's crazy.
How big is the studio? Square footage?
Oh, well, the one that you're looking at right now on our website, that whole side of the room is 6,000 square feet. The arena size stage is, I think, 60,000 square feet.
Wow. Cool.
Quite
So
large.
when you're not working on audio, what are your hobbies besides that?
Hobbies.
Besides Call of Duty?
I was like, besides Call of Duty, I picked up reading again. Because I used to be an avid reader when I was a kid, and for whatever reason, it kind of fell by the wayside. And I've been kind of dedicated. I'm like, I want to pick up books again, and I've been really I dedicate at least an hour a day to just having my nose in a book, just disconnecting from the world. Outside of that, I'm also. Well, I'm a father of a 13-year-old, so I'm really good at 7th grade math.
And that's not easy.
And outside of that, just, fixing up the house projects.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite tour that, you look back on and say, I wouldn't mind doing that tour again?
Favorite tour? Well, let's see. Favorite tour from like me mixing it and feeling amazing standpoint would be Godsmack.
Yeah.
Favorite tour from like, as in we're treated like royalty and it was like the best accommodations I've ever had is Rod Stewart.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh my God. Never did more than 2 days in a row. A day off was never more than a 2-block walk to an Irish pub or a golf course. The accommodations are like Hyatt or better. It's like we were treated like Rod wanted to be treated. It was great.
That's cool. I think Shelby was on our show. He was the tech manager, I think, or something like that for Bob Seger. And he said that was the same thing. He's like, Seger is like so laid back. It's like the easiest and the most fun.
Yeah, he said the best one for him was in Jordan, I think. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to international traveling, did you do a lot of international, or was it mostly just US stuff?
I've done both. I've done I think 48 countries. I've gone 5 continents now.
Oh, wow. Cool. Cool.
I have not been to Africa. So I have not been to Africa or Antarctica. That's it.
Nice.
I did learn, I ate a ceviche from a street vendor in Ecuador. Don't do that.
You didn't get sick or anything?
Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
So I ate the ceviche from there was conch in it, and I love shellfish. It's like my favorite food, and it was black conch and whatever, like all the other ceviche yumminess, the onions and the peppers and all that good stuff. And we played the show the next day, and it was fine. Then we got an airplane and we went to Bogota, Colombia. And I made it through sound check before passing out from dehydration because I had basically flushed all the water out of my system. and I woke up in the back of this VW bus ambulance with an IV in my arm. They had given me IV fluids because I had dehydrated myself. And I was freaking out and I was reaching for my wallet. And it's like, no, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Tour took care of it. Okay, cool. We do the show and we had to fly to Argentina. Not Argentina, Venezuela, Caracas, Venezuela. And Venezuela, I mean, I don't know what the political climate is there now, but back then in just 2012, it was pretty rough. So we fly to this communist country. The airport is empty, and they meet me at the fucking plane with a wheelchair because somebody at customs going out of Colombia had phoned ahead to Venezuela and let them know that, you know, I was in a bad way. And I speak enough Spanish to get by, but not really fluently. But, you know, in my broken Spanglish, I'm like, no, guys, I'm not dying here. I just really need a toilet. I'm good. And they wheel me past security to this ornate bathroom. It was this weirdest thing where it's like the clawfoot fixtures and like this ornate mosaic tile and golden faucets and shit in this completely barren, desolated airport. Giant pictures of Hugo Chavez on the wall. It was creepy. And then they wheel me past baggage claim where you had to get your escort to pay off the baggage people to cart your stuff in because they'll hold your bags hostage. At the same time, we go to the hotel, and the promoter had arranged for me to have a physician there to check in on me. And I got another IV, and I'm really freaking out because now I've got this IV in me in another country. I don't have health insurance here. So what am I doing in another? And there's one of the funniest, most surreal moments where I'm talking to the EMT that was helping me out. He's like, you realize that you don't have to pay for that here. We have universal health care in Venezuela. And that was the most shocking thing to me, knowing that at the same time, all that healthcare debate was going on in our own country. And I'm in this place where, you know, all we know about is what they tell us on the news. And they're like, nah, dude, you ate some bad fish and we're going to take care of you.
That's awesome.
And they took care of me. It was pretty awesome. And then then I had 2 days in Brazil and 2 days in Argentina before I had to fly home. And at no point had I gotten any antibiotics. So I flew home and I landed at like 9:30 at night. And when I got picked up, my ex-wife picked me up at the airport, and she's like, where you want to go? I'm like, I need to go to urgent care like now. And I kind of explained to her what was going on. I got the urgent care. I get to the urgent care. I'm like, I need a Z-Pack. I just need antibiotics. Like, well, we need to do a blood test. I'm like, I can tell you what I got.
Hurry up.
just give me. So they do a blood test, or they take blood, and I finally talked them into giving me a Z-Pack. In the morning, I feel great. 4 days later, I get the results. I'm like, oh, you had food poisoning. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah. Gee whiz. And the thing that sucks, I assume that when you're on tour and you get sick, you have to kind of tough it out, right?
Suck it up. There is no sick days.
Yeah, you still have to perform just like every other day, right?
You know, we try to. When you're on tour, you try to be healthy. If you're the sick guy, you go in your bunk. You know, you clean up after yourself. It's all this sanitization procedures that the rest of the country is learning right now is kind of par for the course on tour. Like there's always Clorox wipes. There's always washing your hands. It's stuff like that. But you're right. There's no sick days. I'm kind of curious what happens moving forward post pandemic with that. Like,
yeah, that's gonna be.
It's not like It's not like I'm in Kearney, Nebraska, and I can call in sick. I gotta go suck it up.
Yeah, definitely. So, for artists and people that want to get more involved with Hello TV, or they want to watch more stuff, or if an artist is looking to do some stuff, what do they need to do? What's their process?
The process is simple. We are so easy to find. Any social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, it's at HelloooTV, hello with 3 O's TV, or go to our website, hellootv.com. And there's a link to contact us. We're super easy to find. You can find me, Erik M. Rogers, and I'm if you want to post that, however, you can hit me up at Facebook or Instagram. You can hit up Paris Visone at Facebook and Instagram. We're so easy to find.
Cool. Awesome. Well, you guys have any other questions we want to talk about or anything else? Erik, you want to hit on anything else?
Good interview.
No, I'm great, dude. Thank you so much for this.
Awesome.
Just
When are you guys?
certainly
What's the
gonna be
schedule
on
look like for
Doing later.
Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion right now?
About 15 shows.
Have we heard anything
Yeah.
about what?
He's at
There's,
half capacity.
yeah, they're starting in June. I think there's like 15 shows booked anyway at this point.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, we want. I mean, what Steve said when he talked to them is they definitely want to do something. We just got to make sure it fits within the guidelines. And the shows are really canceled. If they are canceled or postponed, it's usually set by the artists themselves. It's not something we would set for them.
Yeah.
So as long as the artist is still willing to do it and we can meet the guidelines, I think we're going to have something this year.
That'd be rad.
Yeah.
Any new updates? I mean, you've had a whole year of downtime. I mean, you built that lazy river yet?
Man.
I don't know. Have they done anything? I mean, they did a lot in 2019 in the
Yeah.
off season, right?
They added a VIP center off to the left of the stage.
Yeah.
It's higher up, so you look down on the stage.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I saw the beginnings of it.
Well,
So-
last time
It's on the left of the stage. That means, so that's the artist dressing room door comes up the left of the stage. So are they getting on and off of that?
I don't know.
And I'm not sure how that's all going to connect
no, it's not the
together.
left. It's by where the truck stop is, right? Where all
Yeah.
the trucks are parked.
On the
Okay,
other
that's
side
on the
of
right side of your stage.
Right
Yeah,
side.
stage right.
That
Yeah.
You're looking
Yeah.
at. Depends on which side.
Oh yeah, I'm looking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on the left side of the stage, that's the only entrance over there is directly through the artist dressing room. Like, that's super VIP if you get that.
We charge a lot for that VIP.
Yeah, I'm
The,
just hoping they crank it up. Oh.
Yeah. They put in the golf. Did you see the mini golf course and stuff like that when you were there last?
I didn't. Last I saw the pool and then the really shady treehouse.
Yeah.
You can see it in my
Yeah, they
picture.
can have
but-
a pool there
Yeah.
too now. They got
Yeah.
a really nice pool.
Yeah, I knew about the pool. Oh, that is what your background is. I didn't
that
recognize
was
it.
the aerial.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a nice venue, man. It's so
Yeah.
so cool out there, all ages.
Yeah, they did a nice job on that place.
I love walking out to the lake. It's just that lake is just so gorgeous.
Yep, and they got great
It's
food.
like-
back
yeah,
there.
that is nice.
My mic's fucked.
Your mic's gone, dude. I don't know what you're saying.
Unplug your mic and just use the PC mic.
Yeah, listen to the sound man.
Right.
Now,
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
there we go. No, I was just wondering when you were talking before about doing the classes and stuff. You were gonna start that up.
Oh, your audio is terrible, dude.
He's
I had
asking
Eric
about the,
work on it.
he's asking about the
Oh,
classes.
so you want to know what we're doing with classes?
Yeah.
We don't have a schedule yet. What we're learning is something. It's not something we can just pull out of our ass. It's just something that actually needs to be structured. So we're going to put together kind of a syllabus of what we want to pull down for each thing, and we're also kind of taking some information and taking surveys from people we know of what they would like to know. What's a feasible workshop, because we don't want to come in. We don't want to teach 101 stuff because it's boring. And it's got to be hands-on. It's got to be cool. And it's got to be pertinent. So,
Yeah, I'd be interested in something like that.
and
Are
if
you gonna
it's
do internships or is it we just
an internship is, I mean, I would love internships. That means that I don't have to pay someone.
Well, I've got a 24-year-old that just graduated from Berkeley with a sound engineering degree. He could use an
Oh, boy.
internship.
Dude, I have no
You
idea.
have
what-
them.
Yeah.
no
So
idea.
yeah, we can do internships. I also think it's cool to do there's a handful of artists that we've really made friends with. It would be fun to put together like an all-star group just to do the teaching band, like come in and, hey, like and out of that, they get some content. The manufacturers of all the gear get some content, and these kids get opportunity.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Yeah. So many
good ideas.
Yeah. So there's so many ways you can put this out with some really great opportunities. Yeah. Really cool. So
yeah, I think that it's just like, I've seen so many people complain about not having anything to do in the last year, and it sucks. And there's no way around it. Sometimes you have to go get a job to pay the bills, and sometimes your life is less than ideal. But if you look at what happened last March as an opportunity instead of an affliction, and you took that opportunity and you developed a new skill or honed the skills you have or did something outside of your wheelhouse, learned something, then the whole 2020 wasn't wasted. It might have been annoying as fuck, but it wasn't wasted.
Right. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. This whole podcast came out of the whole COVID situation. We needed to figure out, we had nothing to do, but we wanted to keep moving forward and keep, talking about experiences and all that stuff. And, 2020 was actually a really, really good year for me personally, just out of the creative aspect of, I had a lot of time. So I was like, I'm going to put it to use and make something cool out of it. So
now, do you think I definitely do. Do you think that moving forward out of this, that since you didn't just sit and wait, or you didn't, spend a year complaining about it, are you more marketable now moving forward, whether it's as a photographer or a podcaster or something in our business, because you did discover a new skill or you did expand your skill set?
Yeah, this really opened up actually potentially a lot of opportunities. I have been hired by a major artist to do work on his promo stuff and his photography and I manage his web merchandise and stuff like that from a major guitar player because of this podcast. But I think we got the opportunities to do the Smith and Myers show because of this. We've had some major connections with, tour managers and artists and people like yourselves. So when people come to town, we have opportunities off of that. Plus we have, connections where people are like, I need a guy to do this. We know, we've got connections now, kind of like what you did with HelloooTV. We kind of started, putting our connections to work and, saying, hey, we can do this for you if you're interested. And, we've actually gotten some opportunities off of that. So it's actually kind of cool.
That's awesome. I love hearing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a good networking. It worked out well.
Yeah, I spent most of 2020, the summer of 2020, really focusing on my weak skills. I'm a photographer, but my editing sucked at the beginning of 2020, and I just buckled down on my editing skills, my Photoshop skills, and all these my lighting skills and all this stuff. And I just buckled down on all that stuff. And for me personally, it's actually starting to pay off really well right now. So
You seem a lot busier.
yeah, definitely getting busy. Yeah, totally.
So you guys are up. I'm actually in Boston right now with Paris. You guys are up here. So
oh, nice,
cool.
Little known fact: I am a huge New Orleans Saints fan.
Oh, nice.
There are only 3 quarterbacks in the NFL right now who have beaten all 32 teams. That would be Drew Brees,
Tom Brady.
No. Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and Brett Favre.
I thought Brady was one of them.
No. This year, Brady has it because Brady up until this year has been with one team.
Right.
This year, coming in 2021, the Buccaneers play the Patriots. So we already know that this is going to be the year that Brady joins this very elite club. But are you going to be cheering for Tom Brady being the New Englander, or are you going to be angry at Tom Brady for coming home and beating the shit out of the Patriots?
He's the GOAT, so you got to respect him for that. So,
yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
They bring Cam Newton back. I'm rooting for Brady. I couldn't watch the Patriots this year. So,
It was tough. Yeah, it was tough. I was disappointed that Brady left, but I understand why he left.
Yeah, he's the best, man. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a very interesting game because there's so many people pissed that he left. So many
at
people.
age 44. Who does that?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And who picks the Buccaneers to go, hey,
yeah,
I'm going to just go win the Super Bowl with this shitty team.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, I mean, you've kind of covered it already, but if people want to find you or talk about Hello TV, it's just Hello TV 3 O's.
Yep.
Every platform.com, all that stuff.
Yeah, every platform, Facebook. And honestly, the best two would be Facebook and Instagram, just Hello TV, at Hello with 3 O's TV, or HelloTV.com.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Eric.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Tales from the Pit with Erik Rogers. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Check out more guests on our YouTube channel and on talesfromthepit.net. We'll see you next time.